10 best movies for Greek mythology. Now you like this video, to make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like these. But anyway, let's begin to the video. Wrath of the Titans. Wrath of the Titans is a 2012 action-adventure fantasy film, directed by Jonathan Liebesman. If you're eager for Greek mythology, it's worth checking out at least once so you can watch some of the monstrous beings fight. It takes place a decade after the events of the first film, with the gods losing their hold over the legendary Titans. Perseus must rescue Zeus and save the human race by defeating the Titans. 300 Rise of an Empire. It is a 2014 action drama fantasy film. Directed by Noam Morrow. Hence, another film that looks gorgeous yet casts plot and character aside. It also leans further into fantasy, which may frustrate fans of the original film. Even for all its visual hyperbole, that first outing only carried hints of fantasy. But the new origins of Xerxes described here are questionable, to say the least. Everything set with an ocean backdrop is inherently beautiful, including the corresponding action sequences. The brutality fits in that harsh, storming weather. But the protagonist is the weakest part of the film, and that is massively detrimental, particularly compared to Leonidas. The true point of intrigue is Eva Green, whose Artemisia is both sympathetic and a magnetic villain. Percy Jackson is a 2010 adventure family fantasy film, directed by Chris Columbus. A lot of hardcore book fans reject the Percy Jackson movies because they change a lot of things from the famous book series written by Rick Riordan. That said, if you haven't read the books, or you try to separate the two mediums, you might be able to enjoy them as the fun popcorn flicks they are. There are only 2 of them at this time, starring Logan Lerman, Jay Cable, Brandon T. Jackson, and Alexandra Daddario. The movies follow Percy Jackson, a demigod who strains at a camp with other demigods his age, and the adventures Jackson is forced to go on in the process. Immortals. It is a 2011 action drama fantasy film, directed by Tersame Singh. The visuals of this film are undeniably engaging, with decent scope and enthusiasm. Yet it also bears a hard R rating, as it shamelessly borrows from 300, a far superior film. That influence boasted the rich artistry and imagination of Frank Miller, whom one might want to avoid competing with. Particularly since the dark cinematography in Immortals can feel dull by comparison. The story itself bears little semblance to an actual Greek myth, and instead simply plays in that sandbox. This is unfortunately typical, and should dismay fans of Theseus' tale. The acting is decent, but the dialogue is stiff. Ultimately, in prioritizing visuals that are so similar to another movie, it mainly asks you to watch 300 again. Wonder Woman. It is a 2017 action-adventure fantasy film. Directed by Patty Jenkins. This blockbuster hit was a breath of fresh air for this niche genre, despite indulging the occasional superhero beat. Diana's origins on Themyscira are utterly gripping, convincing, and visually breathtaking. And her integration into World War I provides a deft handling of issues about race, gender, and human flaws. Rarely are such forthright conversations treated with such digestible nuance. The story comes first, and it unfolds with a superb balance of action, heart, and humor. Dinah may not battle giant creatures, but she certainly confronts the truest of monsters. This rich storytelling is also bolstered by a great cast, dazzling effects, and that powerhouse music. The First King, Birth of an Empire. It is an Italian historical drama film, starring Alessandro Borghi and Alessio Lapis. Directed by Matteo Rovia. This film is based on the famous Romulus and Remus myth, the story of two shepherd brothers, one of whom was raised by a wolf. In the movie, Romulus and Remus take a journey that leads them to discover a new nation and will encounter a dark betrayal. The movie received positive praise from critics and it was nominated for multiple awards and won a couple of them. Troy. It is a 2004 drama history film. Directed by Wolfgang Petersen. This grounded approach to the Trojan War may not be as flashy as the others listed here, but it is certainly the most character-driven, convincing presentation of a Greek myth that still offers slick action sequences. Because audiences are allowed to invest in the entire cast of characters, every battle feels earned. The heightened sense of romance and honor are always driven by a convincing approach. Even such things as philosophy and destiny are invoked in dialogue that is both grandiose and intimate at once. The characters are perfectly cast and deliver striking performances. The iconography is enthralling, the screenplay is measured for the personal and epic alike, and James Horner's score is equal parts moving and vast. 300. It is a 2006 action drama film. Directed by Zack Snyder. Frank Miller's graphic novel definitely plays with history very loosely. And the actual plot is considerably simple, primarily set at Thermopylae. But it is perhaps one of the most famous wars in history, an underdog story that introduces a compelling machismo culture. The Spartans and their customs are so brutal and mighty, despite their genuine love and sympathy. There is robust brotherhood, fatherhood, and marital passion. The characters are larger than life, as is their war, recited by a Spartan. That narrative angle pardons any potential fabrications or points of view. While this tale of war may be all exaggeration and style, it is certainly the most raw, entertaining execution of such wanton excess. Clash of the Titans. It is a 2010 action-adventure fantasy film, directed by Louis Leterrier. Received a lot of hatred, some warranted and undue alike. The original film was generally a Ray Harryhausen spectacle, featuring incomparable claymation wizardry. As a result, nothing this modern would compare. Further, the original focused a great deal more on the gods themselves, and their chess match regarding humanity. The relationship between humans and the gods took precedence. This flashy remake can be fun, with some dazzling realizations of claymation that might be inaccessible for newer audiences. And the action has some decent verve to it. But the plot is somewhat rushed, and character development just isn't involved. Subscribe to my channel, and also press the bell icon so you never miss any new update from my channel.
It's caught in the crossfire.